Hello, I'm Amy, and recently I've had quite a few people ask me if I'm ever going to make more videos about manifesting. Absolutely, and the reason that I haven't been making them is actually a very good reason. About 9 months ago, I took some inspired action and I went to Georgia, to the Atlanta area, and I ended up working in the film and television industry, and for the last 9 months I have just been going non-stop. I've had the most amazing adventure. I've worked on the most amazing productions. I've met the most amazing people, made new friends, and this is the first chance I've actually had to sit down and make a new video. So I wanted to talk about inspiration because that's what led me to Atlanta in the first place. Now, I've been following my joy and excitement, and I teach people how to do that for many years, and I was always under the impression that, following your joy and excitement is obvious because it feels really good, and it's high energy, it's exhilarating, it's high frequency, and you sort of can't miss it. You can resist it because you're afraid and you have beliefs that you don't actually want to follow it, but it's very clear, that signal. And then I got this inspiration, the one where I ended up going to Atlanta, and I gotta tell you, if I hadn't had years of actually trusting my joy and excitement and following it, I'm not sure that I would have actually done this. It felt I don't want to use the word boring because it wasn't boring. It felt peaceful, but kind of bland. There wasn't a whole lot of oomph to it, and I got this inspiration, go to Georgia. And I was just like that, and I'm like, oh, okay. And for about 3 or 4 weeks, I just ignored it, and it would keep coming up, go to Georgia. And there didn't seem to be anything to go on. There was nothing to go on, which I was really used to with my joy and excitement. There's something more clear that can happen. And there were some things that I was passionate about that I would like to have worked on if I was in Georgia. So there was a clear indication of something I would like to do, but I had no idea that I was going to be able to do it. So, like I said, 3 or 4 weeks go by, it's just this little voice in my head, and I'm here to tell you to follow that voice in your head, especially if it keeps coming up, and it doesn't really seem connected, or it doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense. It didn't make sense at the time for what I was actually doing. So finally, I packed up my car and I drove down there, and the first couple weeks matched exactly how I felt when I left. The first couple weeks were peaceful and they were easygoing. I had a very nice time. I was in a new environment. I reconnected with some family, and it was like being on a nice, relaxing vacation. And then things started happening, and I mean, like, a lot of things started happening. And nine months later, here I am for the first time actually at home taking an opportunity to catch my breath. And I did come home a couple times in between, but I did spend the majority of the time in Georgia, in Atlanta. And, when I left, like literally the day that I packed my car and left, I was under the impression, okay, I'm going, I'm listening to you, I'm going. But I was going to be gone a week. So 9 months later, I am here to tell you, follow that voice in your head, especially if it keeps coming up. And you might have to work through some beliefs. You might have to push through some fears that you have. You have to face your fears. You have to drop resistance. But if it keeps coming up, even if it doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense, start to take action. Start to follow through with these things that are coming up. It's your higher self. It's your soul, your inner being communicating with you. And again, at the time, there were some things that would have been really amazing to do in Georgia, but I had no way of doing them. And I ended up getting to do all of them, plus more. And my higher self knew that. And so it was just like, just go, just be there. I'll take care of the rest. And so I did. So again, your joy and excitement, when you follow it, is not always super obvious. Sometimes it's just a little voice in the back of your head urging you to do something. So you want to practice taking action on all of those things, so the really passionate and high vibration ones, as well as the very quiet urgings that come to you. So anyway, I hope this helps, and I should be making more videos unless I have to run back down there again. Hopefully I'll have a little bit of a break because I like being at home. So anyway, I hope to make more videos for you and talk more about manifesting, especially all the wonderful things that I was able to put into practice and refine with the manifesting techniques that I have. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I also offer private sessions where I help people with my psychic ability to manifest and to achieve their dreams, if that's something you're interested in. And happy manifesting. Good luck with everything.